Bezrat Hashem, let's speak about the matzah for the Seder. What do you need to buy? Which type of matzah you need? So many matzot on the market. Basically, what you need to buy according to the Torah, ushmartem et matzot, watch for a matzah which was supervised. There's two types of supervision. There's supervision made in the field by a mashgiach, which is there and supervises when they cut the wheat, so not any drop of water should fall on top of the wheat, especially not rain, because then any water touches the cut wheat becomes chametz. If the stalks of wheat are connected to the ground, you can have plenty of rain coming on top of it, it will stay kosher lePesach. Once you cut it, this is when water cannot touch it. So the mashgiach pays attention. When they cut the wheat, no water falls on top of it. When they put it on a truck, he goes on top of the truck and he makes sure the truck is dry, so when you put the wheat on top of the truck, no water touches the wheat. When it gets to the factory where they're going to turn the wheat into flour, he makes sure no water touches the wheat. And when you add the water to the flour, till then, no water touches the wheat, and then you have 18 minutes to prepare the matzah. This type of matzah is written on the boxes by saying matzah shmura. This matzah was observed mishat haketzira, from the time of the cutting of the wheat. There's another type of matzah, matzah shmura, supervised matzah, but mishat alisha, only from the time they put water into the flour and made it to matzah. What happened in the field when they cut the matzah, when they put it on the truck, when they turn it into flour? We don't know. We suppose it was kosher. We suppose there's no water touched it, but we don't know. So if you have no other matzah, maybe you can use this type of matzah. But the best thing is to read always the label on the box of matzah. Matzah shmura mishat haketzira. Now there's two matzah shmura. There's one round and one square. What's the difference? For sure, one is made by hand, so it's made round. One is made by machine. Which is better? So there's many opinions about that. Some say whatever is made by hand is much more expensive. It's much more better, right? So that's why a lot of people prefer the matzah shmura made by hand. Others prefer the matzah made by machine because they say there's less of possibility the matzah to become chametz, because the machine prepares it much faster than handmade, right? The truth is, in the Torah it says, ugot matzot. Uga, which is cake, comes from the word igul. So therefore, it's better to have the round matzot. If you have the round matzot, and it says, shmura mishat haketzira, made in 18 minutes, that's the best matzot you can have. But for elderly, for children who cannot eat this matzot because sometimes they're hard to chew on and to swallow, they can use the matzah shmura made in the box. Try that. It says it's on the box 18 minutes and it's a good hechsher, and it says mishat haketzira. They will be able to use this type of matzot for the Seder. Now, there's two other type of matzah which you should be aware of. There's one matzah which is completely chametz. It's not handmade, it's made by machine, and it says on the box clearly chametz. The problem is it says so small, people don't pay attention. They just see a matzah box, they see a shape of matzah, they see a matzah picture, and they just buy it. Every package of matzah that you buy, check it says kasher lePesach. If it's for the Seder, check that it says matzah shmura mishat haketzira. Now, there's another matzah, right, which is the matzah made out of potatoes. This matzah is completely kosher lePesach. It's potatoes. There's no flour inside, but it's not kosher for the Seder. You cannot eat such a thing. There's no flour inside. You cannot say Hamotzi, you cannot say Birkat Hamazon, and it looks exactly like a matzah. So you should watch out. It says in small on the box. It's blue boxes of matzah. It says in small, not for the Seder. It says it even in English. Lo bishvil haSeder, not for the Seder. This matzah is a cracker. You can eat it for breakfast, but you cannot use it for the Seder. Now, matzah shmura is needed for the Seder only when you make hamotzi lechem min haaretz, al achilat matzah, when you eat the sandwich of Hillel, and when you eat the afikoman. Those 4 steps in the Haggadah need matzah shmura. The rest of the meal, if you're not able, or if you don't want, or for any other reason, you can use other matzot. But for the Seder, you should use only matzah shmura mishat haketzira. There's another fifth type of matzah, egg matzah. Egg matzah, instead of putting water, they put eggs, yolks of eggs, right? Or sometimes they put juice, orange juice. This matzah, you have to be careful. The hechsher, right? The supervision should be extraordinary, because a drop of water in this production, everything becomes chametz. So those people selling the matzah, make sure they're God-fearing people, they're doing the right job, right? If you're not sure, don't buy it. And besides this, the bracha on this is mezonot. For Sfaradim, they're allowed to eat it during Pesach, if it's a good hechsher. For Ashkenazim, it's written on the side of the box, only for elderly, old people, and sick people which cannot eat regular matzah. So this is a matzah really to avoid if you could, but for the Seder, as we said, you can eat it in between, right, the mitzvot, if you really feel you want to do it. I wish you Chag Pesach, Kasher v'Sameach, Amen, Ki Niratzon.